Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alice. If you're new here, I love to chat about money, and today we're doing just that. We're gonna do the July money reset, which basically means I'm gonna look back on June briefly, kind of see how I felt, what we spent, and then make the budget for July, which is gonna be so exciting. I'm just on like a real money kick right now. You know, like sometimes when you're not motivated with money, you don't really want to think about it, you don't want to make any big money moves. Well, right now I'm feeling so good, and we'll get into why later. But yes, if you're new here, I'd love it if you subscribed and joined my little channel. Yeah, okay, let's get into this. So I don't think I did a money reset video for June, which is wild because I normally always do those, but we were on vacation. We went to Europe. I went to Europe for the first time. My husband had been multiple times before, but it was like our first adult trip where we actually paid for it, and my husband planned the whole thing. So we basically did a budget cleanse for June, which as someone who struggles with the scarcity mindset, and I tend to be someone who buys less than they should. For example, I would go to the store when I was in high school and I would need something for school, and I would walk into the store, get so overwhelmed, and then I would go home without it. And I've just lived a lot of my life making do without things that I probably do need. So I lean on the side of not buying enough. And so I know a budget cleanse can sometimes be really good for me. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get really, I don't want to say obsessed, but sometimes I get kind of obsessed with tracking money and budgeting. So it's good for me every once in a while to not have a very strict budget, just to show myself that I'm not going to combust if we don't track every dollar. But everyone is different, so if you know that you tend to overspend and you need to be more vigilant about your budgeting, that's great. So yeah, okay, so June, we didn't really do a budget, but I'll just do a real quick breakdown of how much it cost, how much we budgeted and how much it cost for us to go to Europe. So we did 3.5 weeks in Europe. In the first 9 days, we did it with in-laws. They paid for a cruise as long as we paid for the tickets and all the excursions and everything. They just wanted the family to be able to get together. So we paid for these numbers are also kind of rounded. I didn't do exact number amounts at all. So our flights cost about $4,000 total. So that's $2,000 for each of us. And then we also did like health insurance, international health insurance, just because my mom got sick in Europe when they went last, and she had to stay in the hospital, and they like had to get new flights and new hotels and everything. So I just wanted to make sure that we were covered for that just in case something happened. But thank goodness we did not have to go to the hospital, even though I was sick for like a week of the trip. $2,000 for hotels. Hotels were surprisingly affordable. And then excursions were about $1,500. Food, shopping, and taxis were about $1,500. So everything we spent while we were actually there. And then transportation was $500. So we bought a flight from Greece, from Athens to Milan, because it was cheaper to do round trip tickets from Rome. So we took a little flight after the cruise so that we could have a round trip ticket afterwards. And then miscellaneous, I'm gonna say about $700. I don't really know where this money went to. Probably some of it was when we cashed out for euros and just other little things like that. So we set a $10,000 budget and we did come $200 over that, but as our first trip, I think that's pretty good. I don't know, $200 is not something to like worry too much about, so I'm pretty proud of that. And then let's get into money wins and money lessons from June. So we had a couple money wins, which is really exciting. Money win number one was we were able to pay off $4,000 of the car, which is such a huge dent because it's only $10,000 to begin with. So, but like, don't be too impressed. $2,000 was from May that we just didn't end up paying. And then $2,000 is from June. And then money lesson number one, I guess that was my only money win, but money lesson number one was to budget and pay for convenience. There's some things that are just not worth doing. For example, when we were traveling, I just think next time we should always pay for a taxi from the airport or the train station to our hotel if we're carrying any luggage. Some places, the sidewalk was like skinnier than I was, like literally skinnier than I was wide. I could not fit on the sidewalk, let alone carry a checked luggage on the sidewalk. So I just think it's better to budget and pay for those conveniences to have a taxi that's like $10 or $15 total. Now let's get to the main part of why you guys are here. Let's go over the July budget. I don't know why I'm so excited about July. I think it's because we're going camping. There's a 4th of July. There's like, I'm getting together with a group of girls in the neighborhood and we're doing like a recipe night. I don't know. There's a lot of good things going. So I'm very excited. But let's pull up the spreadsheet. I literally haven't done this in so long, it feels weird. I'm like forgetting how to do it. Okay, you guys, we are now on the July budget spreadsheet. I got this budget spreadsheet from Etsy for less than $1. I can link it in the description below. It's not sponsored. I just think I don't know. I didn't like the idea of spending $30 on a budget spreadsheet. It just wasn't there yet. I now do think maybe next year I will buy a budget spreadsheet that is a little bit more advanced, but as of right now, this one is super awesome, especially for the price, and I think it's so cute. I did customize it a tiny bit to fit my needs better, but it was practically perfect the first time I got it. So let's go over, I do have some things that stay the same in the budget spreadsheet. If you're new here, I'm going to take you guys through my budgeting method. So first I start with income because you have to know what you're working with. And so his paycheck is going to be a little bit less than normal this first paycheck because his company is taking out taxes because they paid for his school. And if you take a certain amount of classes, it's seen as extra income by the government. So that's okay. A couple $100s off his paycheck for them to pay for school. That's perfect. But his paycheck is normally $26.42. So, and if you guys are wondering, he's a mechanical engineer. And then we're not expected to get any bonuses this month. And then my paychecks, I get paid twice a month, and my paychecks now that I'm salary are basically always the same. I get paid $13.90, which you guys, before I graduated, I was only working 30 hours a week and I got paid, I can't remember how much I got paid, but I was making $1,400 a month, and now I make almost $1,400 a paycheck. So it's definitely been a big money move for me to graduate. So I'm very excited about that. I also work more hours, so that's why it went up a little bit too. But yeah, it's been super awesome to have that extra money to go towards, kind of whatever we want. Okay, so now that we did our income, which our income is almost always exactly what we think it's going to be. We get paid the same amount every time. It's just that sometimes we get paid back, but that's not really income from our work. That's just if I pay for something for a friend and they Venmo me back. We're not planning on taking any money out of savings, but that would also be here. And then rollover. The month of June has not quite finished yet, and it was so complicated to wrap my brain around how things went in June with traveling and taking from the sinking funds for vacation that I'm just going to pretend like we have no rollover. And if we do, that's all great. But as of right now, I have no idea what's going on. So yeah. So next we're going to go to bills, and a lot of these are the same every single month, which is super nice. So our internet is $65, and then the gas/energy is something we do change seasonally. It doesn't change too much month to month, but it gets really hot here in the summer and really cold here in the winter. So our gas energy bill and our power bill completely switch places. So I think for gas and energy, I'm going to say $30. It really is super low in the summertime. And also we've been gone. So we haven't really turned on the lights here. Our car insurance is the same at $148. Our water and trash is $118. No matter how much water we use, no matter how much we water our lawn, our water bill never changes, and I still don't understand how that works. But I guess I'm not too mad about it. And then our life insurance is $179. I do get questions about why we have life insurance if we don't have any children. It's just because we have an asset, and also our life insurance is so high. $179 is kind of on the higher side of what I've seen, and it's because more than half of it is actually disability insurance. Apparently, or so I've been told, that women use disability insurance more than men, so it's more expensive for women, and people tend to use disability insurance more than they actually need life insurance because you're more likely to become disabled than you are to die. So that's why it's so high, because we also have a lot of disability insurance. All right, next is power. We should probably do a good amount for power. I'm thinking 125 should be good. Yeah, I think 125. We keep our house at 74 degrees. So we're able to do pretty well. It's not too bad. And then my gym membership is actually usually $16.11 every month, but this month they're charging $60 extra because I signed up 2 months ago, and I think they just like to charge extra money, but that's the only time I'll ever have that charge. So yeah, and sometimes I feel really bad that I have a gym membership when I only go 1 to 2 times a week, but paying $16 a month to be able to go to the gym 4 to 8 times, I think will be worth it in my life. So I need to always remember, it's not the end of the world to pay $16 a month if you don't go to the gym at 5 days a week, So, okay, let's move on to expenses. So these two things are the same every single month. Well, we try to keep them the same. Our mortgage is $29.50. If you are new here, we bought a house a couple years ago for $450K. We put $45,000 down and we have a 7.5% interest rate. Or right now it's 6.5%. It's gonna go to 7.5%, which will suck, but it'll be around $3,200 maybe when that happens. So wish us luck. That's like a brain thing where like it just makes me mad, but like it's okay. It's okay that it happens. It won't go up after that. We're good, except for property taxes. Anyways, I digress. Sometimes I feel bad about, well, I did feel bad. Now I literally don't care anymore about how high our mortgage was and how high our interest rate was. But I'm on Reddit and I'm seeing that rent prices are also high. And now I'm realizing that I just think cost of living is kind of high right now, which is super unfortunate. But yeah, makes me feel less bad about our mortgage. Groceries. This is the biggest win. We are able to keep our grocery budget to $400 a lot, which is awesome. I'm so proud of us for that. So tithing and donations, we pay 10%. So that'll be $783. Gas. So when I started going full time, I had the same job. I have the same job as I did when I was still in college, but I was remote when I was in college, and now I'm full time 5 days a week. And that has really bumped up the gas bill. We used to budget like $120, $150, and now we budget $250 because I basically have to fill up every single week now. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if going into the office every single day is sustainable for me. I think I'm gonna have to talk to them about it. I just don't know if that's really for me, but okay, pet care. Let me think about what they need. I think they need litter this month, so we'll put that there. Okay, and then miscellaneous or unexpected, we always budget $350, and usually that's pretty good for our miscellaneous. Sometimes we're way under, and sometimes, I mean, it's happened a couple times where we have like $1,000 in miscellaneous because like a car trouble comes up or something. But yeah, we should be good with $350. Obviously, with budgeting miscellaneous, it's unexpected money, so I can't foresee anything we're going to spend it on, but that's because it's unexpected. So yeah. Also, I love to ask this question: what is your unexpected / miscellaneous amount that you put in your budget? Because I feel like everyone's is different in their life. When we first moved in, I think we had like $100 to $200, and that just definitely was not enough. So that $350 is perfect for us, and we've stayed really, really true to that, I think, this entire year. So yeah, it's been great. Car payment. So yes, we currently have a car that we're paying off, and we have we don't have a loan with a bank. It's from an in-law. Like our in-laws gave us a car and we're paying them $10,000 for it. So no interest and also no like minimum payment, but we're trying to pay it off as fast as humanly possible. So I think $1,000 is what we can do this month. Because how much do we have left to budget for? We have $997. Also, another important part about this $997 left to budget is that it doesn't include our $1,000 buffer that we keep in our bank account. $1,000 is just what helps us feel good, because if we take out our groceries, which come from a debit card because we shop at Winco and they don't take credit card, and then if any of our bills that don't come out on a credit card come out of our bank account. So with $1,000, we've never had an issue with any overdraft fees or anything. So we have $997 left to budget. So we'll see if $1,000 is possible, like if we can do that. Okay, car maintenance, we don't have anything coming up. We do have a little light on, I think, because of our tire pressure. Fingers crossed nothing happens. We do have a little bit of a car fund. I didn't realize this until I was looking at our bank account today. It's important to check your accounts, because I was like, why do we have $900 in our car fund? I had no idea we had that in there. So I'm going to put $0 for car maintenance, but if something does come up, we can use that car fund. House and yard, I'm going to say nothing, because it's so hot here, you guys, that we can't even plant anything. Like bushes and trees, we're not going to plant anything right now because it's just so incredibly hot. It's so hot here. Oh my gosh. Okay, gifts. I know it's both my parents' birthday in July, my father-in-law's birthday. Oh, I'm going to a baby shower. So maybe I'll budget $120. You guys might think that's really low, but We usually spend $30 on a gift per person. So 4 people, $30. Okay, personal, I'm guessing $0. We are using a travel size thing of toothpaste right now. So, but usually we can fit personal stuff into our grocery budget. Not too bad. I'm trying to think, do we need anything else? I might need more eyebrow mascara because you guys, I literally have blonde eyebrows. These are completely, like, you cannot see them if I don't have makeup on them. So I might need to get that. But again, we can fit that into something else. I don't know why I'm trying not to spend any money on personal. Maybe I'll put $20 for personal because it's going to come from somewhere. Okay, so now we have left is our guilt-free spending and our saving. And some of the things that come from our savings are the same every single month. So we'll put that in first. So our Roth IRA, we usually put $300 a month. Well, it actually comes out as $75 a week. I don't know why, but it works for us. But we actually recently just increased it to $400 a month. So that is $100 a week, which doesn't seem like that big of a difference to you guys. But I set the goal this year to increase our investing because when you get a raise, you get so attached to that money like that. Like you get so attached to that new money. I'm getting paid twice as much as I used to, and I'm already attached to that money. I don't want to put it in investing. So we're starting small and we're increasing our Roth IRA contribution by $25 a week. Okay. And then this is super exciting. We recently, I wanted to start a sinking fund, like a sinking fund for all these things, our cats, celebrations, vacations, furniture and house and car, everything. But we were thinking it's hard to just put $50 or $100 a month towards something and see it grow really slowly. So we decided that number one, we're going to start small and put $25 a month towards our cats for their vet bills because they're really just not that expensive. But we're also going to pick a different sinking fund every single month and say, okay, we're going to put $500 towards that sinking fund. So that it's, I don't know, it'll just feel better, like dopamine wise, satisfaction wise in our brains, that we'll be able to see it pay off quicker because we will be putting lump sums in at a time, which I know I've never seen that financial advice before online. Everyone says automate and just set and forget, but we're going to try this out because it's not always the same for everyone. Money doesn't always work the same for everyone. So we're just going to try that out. And I actually feel really good about that. But we're also trying out this tiny sinking fund strategy just to see what works best for us. Let me see. We have $757 left that we can budget with. And we haven't done guilt-free yet. I think emergency fund, we should at least do $500. And then that leaves us $257 left for guilt-free spending. So let's put $75 for golf. My husband does have a credit to have a golf lesson that we bought him for Christmas. So, and he usually doesn't have that much time to play golf, but we really want him to because it's something that he loves so much. So let's see if we can get $75 of golf this month. Okay, $182 left. Usually when we don't have a lot of fun money, I don't buy clothes, we don't do yard and home stuff. So I think as of right now, I'm going to do $0 for clothing. Eating out, I feel like if you don't give yourself a budget, I don't want to talk bad about you guys, but for us, if we don't give ourselves a budget for certain things, it like doesn't matter. We're still going to spend it anyways. Like, I'm sorry, maybe I don't have any self-control, but like, for eating out, we need at least a little bit of a budget because some days we're going to be so tired and just want to eat out. So let's try 100, and then splurge is $82.73. Okay, yeah, so the car payment, $1,000, is going to push ourselves a little bit, but it's doable. Let's just put the rest of the money towards that. $82.73, and then $0 for travel, $0 for yard, $0 for home. I will say we are going camping and we are going to have like 4th of July stuff. So I'm wondering if splurge should be the 100 and this should be the 82.73. I mean, it's all semantics really. If we want to splurge by eating out, that's great. So yeah, I think, okay, that is one thing. Unexpected. I feel like these little inexpensive weekend trip fun things. Wow, I could have said that better. But these like little camping trips or these little weekend getaways that you have, for us at least, they always are more expensive than I think they're going to be. So I'm sure camping will pull money from our miscellaneous. an unexpected line. Okay, yeah, so that's the July budget. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, after 1 month of not budgeting, I kind of feel out of practice with it, but I'm definitely excited to get back into it. I'm excited to have some fun with friends, have some fun outside. I think it's overall going to be a good month for us. I will say, and this is kind of weird to say, that only paying $1,000 towards a car feels so small since we paid $4,000 in June. It's kind of strange how that happens where you like get accustomed to things so fast. For example, if I were to find a job that I loved a ton, but it paid less than $13.90 every paycheck, that would actually kind of be hard for me. Even though like I have only been paid this for the last 2 months, and before that I was making half that. So it's kind of weird how fast you get accustomed to things and then suddenly it's like your new baseline. But yeah, I think paying off $1,000 towards a car is still good. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have the absolute best July of your life, that you guys spend some time outside, hang out with friends, and yeah, just really have a great summer. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.